Hi, my name is Byron Abear, and I want to introduce you to PKF Advisory LLC. PKF Advisory is a group of firms in all the major cities in the United States: New York, Chicago, Miami, Boston, Los Angeles, and Houston. This video series is going to introduce you to people and services that will help your business reach the next level and help you solve the next problem that you have in your business.
So Chris, how would you describe the current state of the M&A markets?
Well, if I had one word, I would say hot. Right now, it's probably the busiest I can recall it being in my career. Just with, I think what kicked it off for us is a lot of the sell-side transaction once people came out of COVID and were ready to get going again.
So is that the main driver, or are you seeing other factors in what's making it so hot?
No, I think there's a couple other factors. You can't turn on the TV these days without seeing what's going on with Washington and the legislation that's trying to get passed. And there's a lot of stuff buried within those bills that's going to potentially affect both the buyer and the seller. And so I think that's kind of renewed the urgency to keep things moving. Obviously, COVID was a big issue, and I think there was a lot of deals that were getting close to getting done right before COVID hit us like a freight train, really.
Yeah.
And so those deals that were close to getting done still got across the finish line. But then after that, the M&A space kind of, I would say, came to a grinding halt. And now that is picking up again because, one, people are traveling again.
Right.
And before that, a big part of getting deals completed was being on site. If you're the private equity group who's ready to write a substantial check, you're not going to do it sight unseen. And so now people are out, they're on site, they're talking with management, doing all the dinners and that kind of stuff that really help facilitate a deal. And with COVID, what really kind of seized up the markets is people were just really concerned about keeping their doors open. And so at that point, private equity was worried about their portfolio companies and what they had to do to kind of keep things moving along. And same thing with the owner operators. They were worried about making payroll, keeping their people employed to the extent they could, and then navigating through PPP loans and the different options that became available to them. The last one is you have a lot of these owner operators that now are looking more at retirement, and they're getting closer. They were trying to maybe get this stuff done a year and a half ago, but now that's been pushed off because of COVID, and they're saying to themselves, I can't do,
I still want to retire.
Yeah, and I can't go through another cycle like that. And so I think that's what has really kind of just, pushed us to these levels that we haven't seen before as far as just activity throughout the middle market space, as well as, you see within the publicly traded companies. So those, I think, are the three biggest drivers that I've seen that are kind of just really kind of pushing things along.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for that perspective. We'll get you back to talk a little bit more about that soon. Sound good?
Anytime.